Hi, my name is Rafael Martinez Castro,
And my name is Ricardo Denis Dominguez.
and welcome back to our podcast.
What a blessing!
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about uniform rectilinear movement and uniform accelerated rectilinear movement. Today in class we made I think 5 experiments about these concepts, and we're gonna talk about them in the podcast.
For the first experiment of the day, we took a toy car and made it go forward half a meter and take the time between every 10 centimeters.
We took the time in that 10 centimeters because we wanted to know if the speed of the car was constant through all the half meter.
For the second experiment of the day, we took a pellet instead of a toy car and did exactly the same as the first experiment, but instead of using a table, we used a ramp.
The objective of the second experiment was the same as the first one, to know if the speed of, in this case, the pellet, was constant through all the ramp.
For the third experiment of the day, we took the pellet and go to the first floor of the building. Then we drop it and calculate the time that took to hit the floor. Then we took the pellet again and go to the second floor and do exactly the same.
Okay, so the objective was to have the acceleration of the pellet in 9.8 meters per second. And if you didn't have a big margin of error, you could continue and use it to calculate the height of each floor of the building, and you needed to compare the height you had with your calculations and the height of the real building.
For the last experiment of the day, we took the pellet and throw it to the sky. Then we wait till the pellet stopped and drop back down to the floor.
The objective for the last experiment was divided in 4. The first part was to draw the trajectory of the pellet. Then, we needed to explain the trajectory of the pellet starting when it leaves our hand and finishing when it hits the floor. Then, for the third part, we needed to talk about what happens to the speed at the highest point, that it basically becomes 0. And then, in the fourth part, we needed to talk about what variable changes when you throw it faster. The variable that changes is the height. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
What a blessing!